Welcome to the Miracles and Wellness Podcast. My name is Clarissa and I'm your life and wellness coach and also a beauty expert. I am so happy and grateful that you are here. We'll be discussing all things health and wellness, feeling empowered, and loving yourself more while connecting your mind, body, and spirit. Always know that you can manifest whatever you desire for your greater well-being in your life, because I believe that miracles are for everyone. Hey there, how's everybody doing today? So today we're going to talk a little bit about being vegan or plant-based, okay? There are definitely similarities there, but being vegan just is more or less being fully abstained from all animal products, okay? People become vegan for different reasons, whether it's their health, animal welfare, the environment, just different things, okay? Versus plant-based is just mainly consisting of eating plant products or 100%, right? Either way, you just eat fewer animal products. But with being vegan, you also sometimes run into the habit of people consuming a lot of processed foods. So you can be vegan and still be very unhealthy depending on what you're doing and depending on what kind of food that you are consuming. So we want to try to avoid the processed foods as much as possible, okay? So we would like to try to gear more towards being whole food plant-based. So that's why I always talk about being plant-based. Because even if you are vegan, well, see, not everybody's vegan for their health, right? Some people, sometimes it's for animals or you're just trying to help out the environment. What we want to focus on, because we are all about health, is trying to be in a healthier state, right? So we can reverse heart disease, lower your glucose, we want to get rid of that cholesterol, okay? At the end of the day. So when we have whole food plant-based way of eating, right? If you're on a plant-based diet, we want to be as much whole foods as possible. So eating whole, unrefined, or minimally refined plant foods. Okay, so just trying to reduce the amount of processed you want. Because sometimes you'll be like, okay, well, I want a burger. So then you'll go get something that's processed. But that's still affecting your body because it still has all kinds of stuff in there to make that, right? So that will be trying to exclude or minimize meat, dairy, eggs, highly refined foods like bleached flour, sugar, and oil, because there's still ways that we can cook food without adding oil, right? We can slowly add water in place the oil or use some kind of stock. You can use vegetable stock, just different ways that we could do that to but cut down on the oil, okay? So you still can have it. And then when you're using stock, that's another layer of flavor, okay? Now, so if you're steaming, you might not exactly get the flavor if you put stock in the pot because it's just coming up in there. But there are definitely ways you can cook where you can add layers of flavor into your food. And honestly, it's not like you have to doctor meat up at the end of the day. So you can have a piece of chicken. And if you don't put a whole lot of seasonings and depending on how you're going to make it, it's not going to taste like anything. So is it really about that chicken, right? Because it's not really doing anything. And then that's what's adding to your cholesterol, okay? So if you're going to buy something in a box, it'll be like the same rules that are applying, right? Read your labels. So if you turn over the box and you cannot pronounce half the words in there, or it's just a lot, then it's probably a key or a red flag. We should not get it and put it back, right? Let's try to limit our ingredients down to 4 or 5. So basically, you might need to do some cooking, okay? I know sometimes we're super busy and we don't feel like it, but that's why we want to try to batch cook, okay? So if we're batch cooking, then it won't seem like such a chore. Just take some time, 1 or 2 days a week, however it is for you, and just try your best to prepare food so that it's ready, so that it's there, okay? And you can make like a bunch of different little items so that you don't get bored with your eating. And look, if you don't want to cook, which I do suggest you do, you can make a nice family affair out of it, just take a slow day. If you're like not working on a Sunday, have your family together, turn the game on if you need to, just have fun with it. So you could try to cook and batch cook your food. Like if you want to, you could hire a chef or hire somebody to cook for you. There are definitely many people out there that do that. Or you could try one of those food delivery services, just making sure you pay attention to what you are ordering. They usually have like menus where you could see all the things. And right now, there are just so many healthy places where delivery services that you can use, right? And then on top of that, you will just start seeing all the benefits of eating whole food plant-based, okay? Compared to eating the more processed foods, okay? So your health will start to improve. Your energy levels will go up. I know for me, my energy used to be super low. I was anemic. A lot of people deal with low iron. And then some people say that you might not be getting enough iron if you are plant-based. I eat more plants now than I did in the past years ago, and my energy is so much better, right? That also goes back to, all the nutrients that you get inside of your diet when you are eating plant-based, okay? Your body is getting the nutrients that it needs. Whereas sometimes you eat the same kind of food, right? Do you ever find yourself running to the same foods that you eat? And so your body's not really getting a lot. So even if you're eating plant-based, you still want to eat a variety of different plant foods. And that's also going to help your gut bacteria out, okay? Because eating plant-based will also help improve your gut. So if you're eating a nice variety of the different plant-based, it will help improve your good bacteria and your microbiome. And that also is going to link to your health conditions, right? And it's thinking about heart disease, okay? And where does that come from? Saturated fats, right? Okay, so we can talk about that. Okay, so your arteries are clogged with plaque. Where's the plaque coming from? The saturated fat. And where's that coming from? The animal products, okay? So just think about that. Now, many years ago, before any of us were here, that listening to this, they ate more plants. And in even different cultures or countries that strive on a more plant-based way of eating, they are healthier, they live into their hundreds. And then those same people, when they come over here, their life is cut short by 15 years or so, because of the standard American diet. So that's just something to be aware of, okay? So just trying to transition to more plant-based, okay? And you can always start by adding more starchy veggies onto your plate, right? And then the more you add on, you can just start dropping more of the animal products off, okay? That's the easy way to do that. There's many ways to start. That's just one that, might not stress people out as much, because whenever you feel like you're restricting things, you don't want to do it. It's like you want to go against it. It's like somebody give you an ultimatum and you want to do the complete opposite just because, so sometimes that can be like the same thing. So you just want to think about more of the positive aspect, where just adding more on the positive stuff onto your plate, right? Then not even thinking about it. Then your palate starts changing and you start adjusting to the new foods that you're eating. Because ideally, if you're used to eating a certain way, you might not even be used to the taste buds, right? They're used to eating excessive salt, excessive fat. So you have to give yourself time to adjust, okay? And so some benefits that will happen, right? As I was just saying before, you can, decrease your risk of developing heart disease, reduces inflammation. See, all of these things come from meat, cheese, highly processed foods, right? So there, you see, the processed food is also contributing to that. So still being mindful of eating vegan processed food products. Anything in moderation is okay, but sometimes we don't do moderation. Sometimes we go overboard with it, right? So just being a little mindful of that. Lowering your blood cholesterol. The microbiome, and it helps improve. There's just so many benefits. Also reversing type 2 diabetes, okay? But ultimately, both of them can potentially help you lose more weight. But if you're eating still a lot of processed foods, it might be counterproductive. So just trying to add more whole foods. Okay. So I hope this helped you. Sometimes people want to know the difference between being vegan and being plant-based. there's definitely some overlapping there. But from where we're coming from for improving our health and losing weight as natural as possible without, all those other fads, whole food plant-based is the way to go. All right, guys, until next time.
If you like my mommy show, leave a review. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for coming by. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a written review. Until next time, love and light.